Hi, Jeannie here from A Jeannie in the Kitchen. Today we are making crab cakes. Crab cakes are something that you can make all kinds of ways. There's lots and lots of different recipes. The Maryland crab cakes are more crabby, less cakey. Some crab cakes have a little bit more cake to them. It just depends on what you like. Today we're going to make kind of a half and half version. They're going to be certainly very crabby, but they are going to have breadcrumbs and flour as well. And we're going to make them that way. And we're going to do a curried crab cake today. There's a reason for that. We're going to do that. This is video number 9. So I've got a pound of crab meat in here, the lump crab. I've already kind of taken the liberties of dicing up a small or a jalapeno pepper and about a quarter of a yellow red bell pepper or a yellow bell pepper. We're just going to add that in. We're going to mix with our hands today. So we're going to do those. We're going to do a tablespoon of Dijon mustard. We're going to make it full of flavor. And of course that one is empty, so good thing I have a backup. So we want a tablespoon of Dijon mustard. We want about a quarter cup of mayonnaise. Got all those put in there. We're going to do about a quarter teaspoon of cayenne pepper. Give it a little kick, but not a lot of kick. About a teaspoon of curry powder or more. I like curry, so you can add as much as you want. I've got about 2 teaspoons in there because I like curry. Salt and pepper to taste. Not a lot because the mayonnaise and the mustard are going to have, they're going to make it kind of salty as well. We want 2 tablespoons of breadcrumbs. I use the seasoned ones. You can use whatever kind you want. It's no big deal. We're going to put in about a cup of flour. Mix everything in together, and 1 egg. And then, like I said, we're going to mix everything up, emulsify it, mix it all together with our hands. Cooking, you got to get your hands involved. It's a messy thing. So we're just going to squish everything together and make it up. That is all we need. Now this is not going to be a super cakey one, but it's going to be a little bit more cakey than a traditional Maryland crab cake. Those are very lightly breaded. Okay, you can see my hands are nice and messy. So I'm going to make these on a little bit of a smaller side, but you can make these any size you want. As I'm throwing it all over my kitchen, you can make these any size you want. I'm going to make these about a golf ball size today. And then we're going to let them sit for a little bit. So just take some, make it about that size. We're going to kind of smush them out a little bit. You can flatten them or keep them fluffy, whatever you like. That's good. I have my crab cakes all formed up. Like you see, they're about the size of a golf ball. You can make them any size you want. You can make them as flat or as fluffy as you want. I'm purposely making them small today because there's going to be a lot of us, and I'm just gonna cook up a few today. We want it in some hot oil, about 350 degrees, and we're gonna let these brown up and cook completely, nice and golden, and then we're gonna serve them with the sauce. So. My cameraman is coming in. The sauce I'm going to use today, if you read my blog, A Jeannie in the Kitchen, we had some curried pork last night. And I am using the leftover of my red curry paste that I'm going to mix with some cream. And that's going to be our sauce that we're going to serve over the crab cakes. So just a little bit of maybe about 1/3 of a cup of heavy whipping cream. and the chili sauce, and we're just going to heat it all up and mix it together. Make sure everything is well incorporated. We're going to bring it to a boil first, and then we're going to simmer it for just a few minutes. So it's going to be a nice, spicy, creamy sauce, and it's going to go really well with these crab cakes. Okay, my crab cakes are golden brown. It took about 3 minutes for one side, and I'm just going to flip them over. That's what we want them to look like on both sides. My sauce looks like it's almost done, so we're just going to stir that up a little bit. It's kind of like a remoulade. A remoulade is a kind of a spicy aioli mayonnaise type sauce. And that looks like it's done. When my crab cakes are done, now I'm only going to do a few of them right now because we are taking everything over to my friend Priscilla's house. Today is her birthday, so I've made a cherry clafouti, which is basically a cherry custard that I'm going to take for dessert. And we're going to take our crab cakes too. But crab cakes are better when they're cooked fresh versus not fresh. That's why I'm only cooking a little tiny bit right now. And then we're going to continue cooking them over there at her house. So let's see if my crab cakes are ready to... They're almost done. They're almost done. Sometimes I bring out 2 spatulas because sometimes if I'm working with something delicate, it's easier to turn it over with 2 spatulas. But these are looking good. They're looking like they're done. So we're just going to take them out and plate them up. And these crab cakes are going to be done. So our crab cakes are done. They're golden brown. We're going to top them with a little sauce, make them all pretty. One of the things you learn is presentation, presentation, presentation. So we're just going to put a little bit of the sauce on top of them, drizzle it over, drizzle the sauce over, top it with a little parsley, and our crab cakes are done. This has been Jeannie from A Jeannie in the Kitchen, and you can find me at ajeannieinthekitchen.com, and I will talk to you soon. I'll see you next time.